Hello, this is Myra Elaine on the Buying Space channel. Today I'm reading from the Torah. The Hebrew is on this side, and the English translated directly from the Hebrew is over here. I had someone ask me the other day how I read that. I'm not reading the Hebrew. I don't know Hebrew. Wish I did. Maybe that's something I should do this year. But we are in Exodus chapter 15, starting in verse 21. And just before this, the Israelis traveled over the Red Sea on dry land. The Egyptians followed and were swallowed up by the sea. And the first part of chapter 15 is where the people are singing and praising God for their deliverance. And now we're starting in verse 22. And Moses caused Israel to depart from the Red Sea, and they went out to the wilderness of Sur. And they went 3 days into the wilderness and found no water. And when they came to Marah, they could not drink the waters of Marah, for they were bitter. Therefore they called its name Marah. And the people murmured against Moses, saying, What shall we drink? And he cried unto the Lord, and the Lord showed him a tree. And he cast it into the waters, and the waters were made sweet. There he made for them a statute and an ordinance, and there he proved them. And the Lord said, If thou wilt diligently hearken to the voice of the Lord thy God, and wilt do what is right in his eyes, I will give an ear to his commandments, and will keep all his statutes. I will put none of those diseases upon thee which I have wrought upon Egyptians, for I am the Lord that healeth thee. And they came to Elim, and there were 12 springs of water and 70 palm trees, and they encamped there by the water. So, in my last reading, I said to let go of all the oppressions that you've had in the past, because the Hebrews were finally free of their Egyptian slavery. But then they come upon trouble, no water for 3 days, and then they come to a spring, and the water is bitter. But God provides a solution. So, by saying to you, let go of your old oppressions and start anew, yes, it's a goal, but know that those struggles are not necessarily going to be easy. It's hard to shed the old and start anew. I've made some goals for myself that I've already broken, but I've not allowed myself to say, okay, I faltered here, but I'm not going to quit. And you have to keep struggling and striving for what you want new in your life, what you want to do better. If you want to do good, do good. I have a tendency, well, a lot of it's because I'm disabled. I have a tendency to sit around and think about all the good I could do. I mean, I do some good, but there's a lot more I look and see that I could do. And that's true of all of us. We can imagine more than we could ever do. So we don't need to frustrate ourselves. We need to pace ourselves, because they had no water for 3 days. And when they found water, It was bitter. But God provided the right trees. I'd like to know what that tree was at Mara. And to cleanse the water, to make it sweet. And then they found another oasis in the desert with plenty of fresh water and palm trees. So there will be times in this new year that there will be scarcity, and then you'll find a resource, but there'll be something bitter about that resource, about that solution. But pray to God when that happens. Pray to God when you're in the wilderness with no water. Pray to God when you find something that might work, but it needs something more. Pray for that something more. And then you'll reach the oasis with the beautiful water and the palm trees. Trust in God. Have faith in God to lead you to the fresh, beautiful oasis, the fresh water, the palm trees, and the sand. But it won't all be perfect. Nothing is ever perfect. If it were, we would be in heaven, right? So you all have a wonderful and blessed day, and I wish you all the best in this new year as we go forward. And if you've had disappointments, don't let it stop you. Keep the faith, trust in God, and move forward. Have a wonderful and blessed day, everyone.